Shalom everyone. This may come as a shocker, but I believe that Malaysia and Israel have a great future together. Despite Malaysia being a Muslim-majority country with many radicals who spread hate against Israel, I spoke with my Malaysian friend to see if I'm perhaps too optimistic. Shalom, dear friend.
I'm Victor Yong Jeng Ong in the city of Johor Bahru, just a mile north from the island of Singapore and Federation of Malaysia. Salam sejahtera.
Why is there hate coming from Malaysia to Israel?
The hate comes because of misinformation. The hatred is developed by Fatah and Hamas organizations on the ground, working professional terror operations in the form of grassroots terror and cyber terror. So misinformation, misleading, in order to corrupt the Malaysian mindset, to turn the Malaysian people against the nation of Israel.
Listen, most Israelis don't really know Malaysia. So we are surprised when we see hate coming from Malaysia because it is a far country with no strategic interests or local interests. So we are wondering what can be done to reduce this animosity.
Even the children of Israel are mentioned in the Al-Quran. The scriptures of Islam demand that love be extended to the children of Israel. But radical Arab terror differs from that. And radical Arab terror has been very active in Malaysia for the past 75 years, trying to corrupt Malaysian intellect, to especially turn Malays and Chinese against the Jewish nation. This is a slow but very steady process. Ultimately, it's also because Malaysians know very little about what the nation of Israel is. That the nation of Israel is actually very small, just a sliver, a tiny sliver of land. A very small nation indeed, hardly a threat to the 400 million Arabs in the region. The only way to reduce this situation of Fatah and Hamas terror, the only way to destroy the intellectual insidiousness of these techniques meant to malign Israel, would be to extend information, would be to showcase the beauty and praiseworthiness and innocence of the Jewish people, a people who have been hounded from country to country by vitriolic hate, and the very fact that the National Socialists, the Nazis, in Germany in the Second World War were very big on exterminating the Jewish people. Why? Because of envy, the toxic envy against the children of Israel.
Thank you for the answer. Now, when do you think that Israel and Malaysia will see peace?
Malaysia and Israel are at peace because the Malay people are very kind people. Unlike the radical Arab terrorists, the Malays have accommodated multiple ethnic groups in Malaysia. And therefore, peace is really here at our doorstep. The Israeli nation itself is widely misunderstood in the Muslim world. But in Malaysia, with the perfect flow of information, everyone understands that the Arab race in Israel numbers at 2 million strong, stronger than when the first Arab-Palestinian populations began. And 7 million Jews, 2 million Arabs are citizens in Israel. It's a perfect commonwealth.
Okay, and how Israel and Malaysia can benefit from each other?
From an economic standpoint, a lot. Trade and commerce ought to occur between Malaysia and Israel to benefit and strengthen two peoples. The power of the Jewish people lies not in its numbers, for the numbers are few. It lies not in wealth, for not every Jewish person is wealthy. In fact, more than 80% of the nation of Israel is normal, salaried, and below average even. So, this means that it is common, everyday people, civilians working together.
And lastly, I want to ask you, what is your wish for the two countries?
We have to stop believing the impersonations, the fake news, and the misinformation that is put out there concerning the Jewish people. There are some Arab operatives who pretend to be Jewish people, and they cheat, hoodwink, and lie online in order to create a negative impression of the Jewish nation. Such lies, such misrepresentations are not to be believed. Therefore, the Embassy of Israel has to be built in Malaysia, following the Emirati and Bahraini examples, that the Embassy of Israel will bring so much culture to Malaysia concerning Jewish people. and enlighten all of us as to what the truth actually is. And as the adage goes, the truth shall set us free.
Thank you so much for your time, and I'm hopeful that one day we will replace the hate with love between Malaysia and Israel.